Hello and welcome back to the Back Big Pack Corner. Here we are with the daughter's boyfriend. Getting a bit of a long one. It might go something like this. Well, I went home a while ago to visit family and play my part. And just to see for curiosity, I dropped into a local cattle mart. Yeah, I met the man named Rafferty who was there to view the stock. And when we talked a while, he told a story about Paddy Max and Buck. Yeah, he told a story about Paddy Max and Buck. Rafferty's a man that likes the quiet life and the ugly bit of crack. Well, he lives with his daughter's family, yeah, in a wee room round the back. Well, when his missus died, they moved him in as they wished to keep him right. But the only thing that he was good for, yeah, was converting spuds to manure. And for those who wish to make it rain, should change manure to shite. Well, his daughter was a bright wee lass, and she never missed a trick. I had a temper like an nest of wasps when they'd be poking with a stick. Well, every stitch that she put on had to be the height of fashion, specially designed it seems to raise all women's passion. Yeah, designed it seemed to raise all women's passion. Now when she went off to college, her head began to swell. And when she got a boyfriend, things really went to hell. He was of an affluent family that was not her chosen class, and she gave the clear impression that the sun shone from his ass. She said his suits were by Armani, his shorts were silken fine, his shoes were all Italian, and his trousers were Calvin Klein. Yeah, his shoes were all Italian, and his trousers were Calvin Klein. Well, his name it seemed was Ger, short for Jeremy from the town called Tra. She said he's just like Danny Yellow Damnel, with great respect there for his man. She reckoned her chair was perfect, but Rafferty knew not what to think. For someone lays a towel and his handbags were all pink. Yeah, someone lays a towel and his handbags were all pink. Then one weekend she landed home, just like a nuclear bomb, and said he's coming down next Friday, yeah, to meet her dad and mum. Well, the house was all whitewashed and the paint work all redone. The yard was clean and tidied up, and the white stuff all laid done. The floors were scrubbed, the brass was rubbed, and the dog was booted out. And then she dropped a bombshell that made a Rafferty friggin' shout. She wanted his wee sitting room, yeah, to sit in after tea, but just not to raise a row. He went out into the byre and complained like hell to all the cows. Yeah, into the byre and complained like hell to all the cows. Well, they tidied and they dusted and cleaned and swept it all, till the house was like a convent where the Pope was going to call. Then Jerry left Belfast in his lovely sit-up car, got down there till he got lost, had a sign for Swanland Bar. He was making little progress with his hundreds of horsepower when he got stuck behind some tractors, yeah, the tractor's finally cleared, his speed slowed down to a crawl. As he was then behind, I heard the cows that closed the lane from ditch to wall. Now them boys brought up in round Coltra had a lovely view of cattle, like they were clean and smiley things that produced milk in a bottle. Whereas folk were down the countryside know that such is not quite right, for a Frisian's life's ambition is converting grass to shite. Yeah, a Frisian's life's ambition is converting grass to shite. And though they live all day in fields with room to drop their load, they always seem to save it up, yeah, drop it on the road. So Jeremy, her lover boy, got too close to that lovely rural scene, and the front end of his motor car, yeah, it got painted brown and green. And when he wound the window down for a loud complaint to make, some more collateral damage than it hit him in the face. Yes, some more collateral damage did hit him in the face. So all in all, the tale they had was a rather strange affair, as Jared just moaned and groaned about his lovely motor car. And when the awful meal was over, Rafferty broke out for to walk, for he was not the greatest for making fancy talk. And when he got back near the edge of dark, yeah, it must have been half 8, while he spied her brother Mickey, yeah, lying sadly on the gate. Yeah, he spied her brother Mickey, lying sadly on the gate. Well, how's the big romance, he asked, and Mickey answered feeling low. If she marries Don Big Asshole, we'll be squandered with them both. Her Jerry was a skinhead type, with much less brains than her, and more ear tags and piercings than a bullock going to fair. Yeah, more ear tags and piercings than a bullock going to fair. Then a notion struck old Rafferty on a really lovely scheme. Yeah, and their two minds met when they rightly agreed the theme. Yeah, their two minds met when they rightly agreed the theme. Says Rafferty, I've got a cunning plan, and it might just work with luck. Do you think that you could help me to catch Paddy McGinty's buck? Through other man was Paddy, who had goats that roamed his dwelling, and the leader of that wandering band was a smelly goat named Billy. You'd know when Billy would be coming, as his smell went on ahead. He smelt like that between a pig farm and something more than 3 weeks dead. Yeah, smelt like that between a pig farm and something more than 3 weeks dead. Well, that bucky terrorized the countryside, men and women, dogs and sheep. He was used to frighten children that wouldn't go to sleep. He would tackle any living thing that ever had been born, and he even gave the parish priest a good dose of his horn. Well, Rafferty and the bucket on the best, as he had the non-aggression pact. The buck knowed he had a walking stick, as his arse had all been whacked. Yeah, the buck knowed he had a walking stick, as his arse had all been whacked. Well, Mickey went and gathered up some nice grass that they could use, so to make the goat an offer that he couldn't just refuse. as they placed the grass inside. Well, peace had broken out, it seemed, inside the little sitting room. Yeah, the trials of the day forgot, with loved ones more in bloom. Yeah, the trials of the day forgot, with loved ones more in bloom. Well, 10 buns had just been served, along with the brand new biscuit tin, when a small breeze stirred the curtains and something wafted in. Then Ger jumped up and cut his lip, and his hand in mid-air froze, as a strange and foul aroma had assailed his cultured nose. Yes, a strange and foul aroma had assailed his cultured nose. And when he moved the curtains to take in all the smell, yeah, he found himself 6 inches from a face straight out of hell. Yeah, found himself 6 inches from a face straight out of hell. Well, he screamed both long and piercing, and jumped a metre high, and the cup of tea that he was holding went flying into the sky. And sure as luck was having, his young lady bore the brunt, as the contents of the teacup, yeah, all landed down her front. Well, them wonder bras, they say, how's the mountain rounding up? And when it came to the scalding liquid, well, he damn near filled the cup. Yeah, when it came to the scalding liquid, well, it damn near filled the cup. As she yelled and jumped and capered in a wild and screaming spin, her tearing at the roasting cloth that was glued onto her skin. And then eyes brought mother through the door, her going like hell for leather. And when she saw the shredded blouse, well, she put 2 and 2 together. And beside her was a walking stick, there standing in a rack. And then because she grabbed it and whacked Ger over his back. And then because she grabbed it and whacked Ger over his back. Well, he tried to run out towards the door, but the women blocked his way, and he ducked and dived this way and up like a corner rat in hay. Then he tried to make a protest, but the word stuck in his throat. So he dived out through the window and he landed on the goat. His hands they held the curtains, and the goat was struggling hard, as they ripped clean out the wall as the buck leapt up the yard. Yeah, and they ripped clean out the wall as the buck leapt up the yard. Well, Ger hung on for his dear life, like a monstrous carbuncle, but the jockey was unseated as the buckie cleared the duckle. Well, at least the landing ground was soft, with squishy bits in places. It's amazing just how that duckle stuff does stick to suits and faces. Then Ger he struggled up and staggered out, leaving 1 shoe in the lar, and with 3 panic-stricken leaps, he squelched into his car. And with 3 panic-stricken leaps, he squelched into his car. Well, he roared away in a heap of smoke, like he was in a rally driving class. And out the lane the hounds of hell, yeah, were snapping at his arse. Well, young Mickey sneaked back to his room, but Rafferty did not appear till 10. Then asked if the lover boy had gone, appearing quite innocently concerned. He was told through gritted teeth he'd sped off home as he had not been well, and that he might come back again on the first cold day in hell. Yeah, and that he might come back again on the first cold day in hell. Well, just then the bell it rang, and the auctioneer commenced the sales, and I wished Al Rafferty good day as I departed past the cattle scales. I thought the best laid plans of mice and men can go to hell at times it seems, but that old buck plan worked beyond Rafferty and young Mickey's wildest dreams. Yeah, beyond Rafferty